But the Indiana Fever went all out for Caitlin Clark's logo drop. So there was a lot of excitement already fluttering about Gamebridge, and energy was high. They definitely spared no expense in letting everybody know that Caitlin Clark does have a new logo out. The arena was actually covered with t-shirts that said Caitlin Clark was here. The outside of the arena had her logo everywhere. She even showed up with all these accoutrements with a CC.
The WNBA is spiraling, and it has no one to point fingers at but itself. Its brightest attraction, Caitlin Clark, has been shelved for weeks with what began as a minor groin strain, an injury that mysteriously stretched into a month-long disappearance. Without her on the court, the cracks in the league's foundation are impossible to ignore.
These up-and-coming next-generation young guns enter the league, it is becoming more and more apparent that the WNBA veterans did not do much to really advance the game of the WNBA. They didn't really develop the game as much as they like to think. You have these rookies coming in and doing in one season and doing in less than a season and half a season what it's taken these vets of the past 600, 700, 800, 900 games.
While Clark watches from the sidelines in street clothes, Nike dropped a bombshell that's rippling through the entire basketball world. Her new signature logo just launched, and early signs point to it eclipsing anything the rest of the WNBA has put out. It's a brutal reminder of reality. Every other player already lived in Clark's shadow, and now that shadow just got a whole lot darker.
Listen, Caitlin Clark had a huge announcement today. The new Caitlin Clark logo is out. She took to Twitter and said, tune in, logo collection coming soon. Signature product dropping 2026. I think we getting them new CCs, them logo 3CCs in 2026, y'all. It'll be no more Kobe PEs, which we've loved. We about to get them Caitlin Clark sneakers.
Let's break it down. Numbers don't lie. On August 25th, Nike unveiled Caitlin Clark as their newest signature athlete, complete with that sleek interlocking C logo, arguably more polished than half of the league's own marketing campaigns. The reaction was instant. Remember back in July, when her Kobe-inspired sneakers vanished in minutes and sent Nike stock up 3%, fueling a 17% surge off their earnings beat? That was big. But this is different. This isn't a one-off collaboration. This is a $28 million, 8-year gamble that Clark's value doesn't just surpass her peers. It eclipses the entire WNBA.
To get your hands on the Caitlin Clark version of Nike's Kobe Bryant sneaker, you're out of luck. They are out of stock. The WNBA star teamed up with Nike for a player edition of the Kobe 5 Pro Tro, decked out in Indiana Fever colors. You see them on your screen. They dropped at 10 a.m. Monday, and they sold out before 11 a.m. In fact, in just minutes. The $190 kicks are already showing up on the secondary market at close to double.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe, because the panic isn't really about one logo. It's about everything that logo stands for. Clark just became the third WNBA player to land a signature shoe deal with Nike, joining AJA Wilson and Sabrina Ionescu. But here's the twist. She's the very first women's basketball player in Nike's history to have her own logo. That's not just a milestone. That's a statement.
I've been telling y'all to stay patient. I've been telling y'all that Nike takes their time, that Asia Wilson's shoe deal was 2 years in the making, that Paige Beckers had PEs, not her own signature shoe, and that Caitlin Clark's was 100% coming. And people kept saying, oh, Nike fumbled the bag with Caitlin. It has to get out there. Nike fumbled the bag. No, they didn't. It takes time. She's got to develop a whole freaking product line. But they just announced, breaking news right now, we have a logo. That is the official Caitlin Clark Nike logo. And it's not just that. I mean, this is cool. Nike has just announced that a signature product line will be dropping soon, with signature shoes coming in 2026. Now, this is going to be her logo for all of her Nike stuff that is Caitlin Clark.
This isn't just a shoe. It isn't just apparel. It's a logo, the kind of branding that places Clark in the same stratosphere as Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant. Meanwhile, most WNBA players are still fighting just to make their names stick. And the timing? Absolutely brutal. Clark's been sidelined since July 15th with that nagging groin injury, racking up 15 straight missed games. The result? The league's ratings didn't simply dip, they imploded. collapsing like a house of cards in a hurricane.
Been a lightning rod for attention since entering the league. She brought in new fans, national media, and even primetime slots. Her absence isn't just hurting the Indiana Fever, it's apparently impacting the entire league's momentum. But this also sparks a deeper conversation. Is it fair for one rookie to carry the weight of an entire league's popularity? You see, critics say the WNBA's marketing has leaned heavily on Caitlin Clark, while longtime stars like Asia Wilson, Breonna Stewart, and others deserve more spotlight too. On the flip side, others argue Caitlin Clark is the draw, and the ratings prove it.
The All-Star game without Clark, down 36% year over year, crashing from 3.44 million viewers to just 2.19 million. Matchups that were hyped as marquee events turned into televised ghost towns. Earlier in the season, a Fever vs. Sky clash with Clark and Angel Reese on the floor pulled 2.7 million viewers. The rematch without them? The ratings were so pitiful some networks didn't even bother publishing the numbers.
35%. WNBA ratings down. All-Star game 35% than last year. Yet you're telling me that it doesn't have to do with Caitlin. 35%. It really makes it difficult for fans of the WNBA in general and Caitlin Clark, like myself, to have conversations, to join a Discord, just to I don't know, want to just talk up the WNBA in general when you can't even give Caitlin the props that she deserves.
But Nike wasn't blind. They saw the writing on the wall. They looked at Clark's numbers. $52.3 million generated for Iowa, $36 million for Indianapolis, and a staggering 26% of the WNBA's entire economic activity in 2024. Their response: we're not waiting for the league to figure itself out. This logo deal isn't just a business move. It's a declaration. Caitlin Clark has outgrown the WNBA.
Caitlin will never be paid what she's worth by the WNBA because it is quite literally impossible for them to pay her what she's worth. An economist at Indiana University Columbus calculated that Caitlin Clark was responsible for $36 million in economic impact to the city of Indianapolis, and that she is responsible for 27% of the entire WNBA's economic activity for this past season, including attendance, merchandise sales, and television.
In 2024, her rookie season, Caitlin Clark wasn't just a star. She was the WNBA's economic engine. Roughly 26.5% of the league's total activity, tickets, merchandise, media value, traced directly back to her. Sports finance expert Ryan Brewer even calculated that 1 out of every 6 tickets sold across WNBA arenas came from fans showing up specifically for Clark. No player in league history has shifted attendance like that. The Indiana Fever's home crowds tell the story best, an average of 17,036 per game, a league record that actually outdrew their NBA counterparts, the Pacers, with over 340,000 total fans packing the arena in 2024. Remove those crowds, and the WNBA's record-breaking attendance headlines start to look flimsy. Yes, the league hit 1.58 million in 2023 and is pacing toward 2.5 million in 2025. But let's be real, Clark is the reason those arenas are full, which makes Nike's move to lock her down a no-brainer. They didn't just sign an athlete, they built a blueprint. As Nike Executive VP of Global Sports Marketing, and Miller, said diplomatically, Clark is an exceptional basketball player and an outstanding ambassador for the game. Translation: she's the centerpiece of our entire women's basketball strategy. Nike is betting that by giving Clark the Jordan-level treatment now, she'll become the global face of women's hoops, and eventually turn their investment into billions.
Much to their league, whatever league it is, as Caitlin Clark means to the WNBA. And no person has done more for their league than what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA. Patrick Mahomes does not mean that much to the NFL. Steph Curry does not mean that much to the NBA. LeBron James does not mean that much to the NBA. She is a monster. When we look back on this, Caitlin Clark will be for the WNBA what Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were for the NBA. If this thing ever becomes as big as some people think it can become, she will be the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. You needed 2 of them to take the NBA to another level. You needed Magic and Larry.